Good morning, everybody. It is now morning time. I am tired, but we are going to do a little vlog. It's honestly just gonna be a normal day in my life, trying to get things done, trying not to just rot on the couch and do nothing. As a little background, right now I am not working. I don't have a full-time job. I am looking for one. Could I be spending more time looking for one? Yes. While also taking advantage of this time that I have, like it's wide open. So I want to be creative. I want to do things that fill my cup. So we're gonna get onto it with my little morning routine. I try to keep things very simple. I already washed my face, and typically what I do is spritz on some rose water. Not all the time, I sometimes forget about it, so that I can get smelling like roses and feeling great. Also, if I am PMSing or on my period, I like to drink rose water. I got this on sale at a health food store. I really like getting things on sale. This was like 16 bucks originally, but I think I got it for like 10 bucks, which is pretty good. In these times, you gotta search for the sales. Next, I go in with my little moisturizing potion that I make, combining a few different oils. I think I'll do a video on that. I am running out, so I will need to do a refill pretty soon. So it is winter time. It is cold out there, so I am a bit generous with it, and then I put it on my neck as well, as you're supposed to. So sometimes I watch like skincare videos and it's just very complicated, and I have not gotten the hang of it at the ripe age of 28. But I feel like since starting to use this combination of oils, which is rosehip, jojoba, prickly pear oil, I think I put something else. Oh, sometimes I put castor oil in there. Though castor oil I feel like it's a little sticky, so I don't always like it in terms of the consistency, but it's supposed to be really good for your skin. Since I started using this, my skin definitely feels more hydrated. I was that young adult that rarely put on lotion, and my skin would naturally create its own lotion. But you know, as we age, we need to take better care of our skin. Oh, also there is, I think, some raspberry oil in here. And personally, I just don't like putting a lot of things on my face. I definitely do have little pimples sometimes. It's just, I think if you're human, you're gonna develop pimples. Whenever I've tried putting on makeup, like it just clogs my pores. Am I doing it wrong? Maybe. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just prefer to keep things minimal. Oh, another thing too is like you're supposed to like pat or whatever, but I personally like massaging gently into my skin. One other thing that I'm doing too is doing face fascia massage. It's kind of hard to say all at once. So what I do whenever I apply this oil is I really tune the mind to muscle kind of thing and massage the fascia layer, and it definitely takes time to get used to it, and it takes experimentation. So I'm doing this like 30-day challenge where I want to see if it really changes my face or it just improves the way I feel, because I definitely do have tight jaws, and part of the routine is kind of loosening up that area. So we'll see how it goes. The jaw massages, I definitely think, have been helping with doing some lymphatic drainage, especially as I have gained more weight over the past like 2 years, and I am exercising. The reason I gained weight is because I started to eat meat again. With that, like started to eat new fats such as butter and beef fat. I am on my journey to learn how to eat well and exercise. It's very dry here right now in terms of the weather, so I use my trusty beef and shea butter lotion that I make at home. It is really nice. It also has a few different oils. I just hydrate my hands. I use my hands a lot throughout the day, like washing dishes, cleaning. Anyway, that is my skincare routine, and I just keep it really simple. I definitely feel self-conscious about it, especially scrolling on social media. I see like women using 20 50, it feels like it, maybe it's an exaggeration, different products on their skin. And do they look really amazing? Yes. But at the end of the day, these are people who have large followings selling products, and I definitely need to check my brain. This is not realistic for most people out there. Most people don't have a big chunk of their budget dedicated to just like looking beautiful. But now we're gonna go and make some tea. Every morning, I make tea for me and my babe in this massive Stanley jug. We drink a lot of tea, so making a big batch just makes sense. I buy my loose leaf tea in bulk for 2 reasons. One, I want to dodge the microplastics you get in the typical tea bag, and 2, the math just makes sense. A box of 16 tea bags for $5 to $6, maybe even more, depending on how fancy you go. But for about $20 to $27, I can get a full pound of loose leaf chamomile, moringa, or ashwagandha root. Because I mix these together, that 1 pound bag gives me about 300 servings, maybe even more. Each of these 1 pound bags will last me anywhere from 3 to 6 months. While the tea is steeping, I like to get started with my stretching. This is my stretching area. One of my favorite things to use is this feet acupuncture pokey thing. A while back, I injured my foot, and since then, some nerves have been sensitive, so this always feels good. I always use a blanket because I like to be nice and warm as I stretch. When I stretch, I focus on opening up my hips and pelvic area, plus a few back releasing exercises. I absolutely love using a foam roller on my back. Honestly, I never thought I'd reach the age where simply having a full night's sleep would give me a stiff back, but here we are. I know I should roll my back out more often, and yet I only seem to do it when I really need it. Why am I like this? So it's now breakfast time, and I'm in charge of making it. I'm gonna cook up some eggs and heat up some chicken patties that we already have pre-made, then use some of the bread that Boyf cooked up for us. After I eat, I try to get out for a walk. Here I am braiding my hair because I refuse to deal with the wind while I'm walking. Walking after a meal is incredibly good for you, but before I made it out the door, I realized I forgot to do a few things. First, create my daily checklist and soak some beans. The past few days, I have been somewhat productive, especially cleaning and organizing, but I really need to get back into sending job applications, editing these videos, thinking about more creative ideas that I want to execute on, not only for my little YouTube project. So I literally plan my day in a little sticky note. That's what works for me. I've tried doing it digitally, but there's something about just writing it down and just going back and crossing it off. We like to soak chickpeas, boil them, get them cooked, and then freeze them in the freezer because we like to put them in a bunch of different things. Most of the time we put them in our curries. We are doing our best to still eat nutritionally while being on a low budget. And one good way to get extra protein and fiber and extra vitamins and minerals is through beans. Right now we have a few beans in stock in the freezer. I believe we have black beans, red beans, and then soon we'll have chickpeas again. I am going for a walk. We just finished eating, so it'll be good for my digestive system. These past few days it's been a little slow, especially since I haven't been working out either, but today is the day that I get more movement in. I am a total homebody. I always feel this weird resistance to go outside. There's always something else I convince myself that I need to do, wipe down the table, answer an email, blah, blah, blah. The excuses are endless, but the second I actually get outside, I am so grateful. The New York air might not be the crispest, but just seeing these little birds living their best lives makes me happy. It gives me joy. Also, fun fact, my username was actually inspired by all these little birds that I see outside. They're just so cute and I love their little bird songs. So I am back from my walk. I really enjoyed seeing the sun out and seeing the birdies. Now it is time to hit a little workout, get my heart rate up. I'm going to work out for 30 minutes with a little bit of weights. When I work out, I always try to start with some dynamic stretching. I've been guilty so many times of skipping my warm-ups and then I wonder why my range of motion isn't that great. Hello? The workout just hits completely different when you take the time to stretch. I do 5 to 7 minutes and then get into my workout. Today I went a little light because my sciatica was acting up. It happens more often than I'd like, but the morning stretch definitely helped it today. I usually just follow along with YouTube workouts. Currently, my two favorites are MadFit and Growing Bananas. I think that's how you say it. So I just finished my workout and showered, and I'm really glad that I made the time to work out today because typically sometime, especially because it was later on in the day, I kind of skip it. That's why I try to work out first thing in the morning, but today it was later on in the day. And I always feel super healthy afterwards and super proud of myself. I definitely, at the beginning, don't want to do it, but it's just one of those things that you have to do in order to feel good in your body and be healthy. I'm going to do some computer work such as submitting job applications, keeping track of them in my job tracker, and it's definitely kind of a drag and feels unmotivating, especially right now in the job market climate that we are at. It is definitely competitive. It's just a crazy time to be on the job market, but whenever I am feeling low about it, I really try to think about it's just about getting that next interview and preparing really well, being intentional about the job applications. I try to search for job descriptions that I at least think would be engaging to work at that organization. It's a process. It will definitely take time. I need to take care of some of my finances just to see that I'm not spending too much on certain things. I'm also gonna add some stuff to my cart and I'm gonna purchase these things that we need in the home. Prior to me going on a budget, I kind of used to just order things randomly or as they came in my mind and just like place an order. And the thing with that is sometimes I ended up buying things that I didn't necessarily need, or I just didn't take the time to really do some research. Since going on a budget, I have been ordering more bulk items and buying things all at once and kind of like delaying them. For example, I need to order some chamomile right now for a bulk tea, soap dish, a few other things. I have a running list. But anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of like take inventory where we are at with finishing those items and then adding them to my cart. And I'm probably not going to submit the order until the end of the week just because I want to make sure that what I am ordering we're going to use in the coming days and that I'm not including anything random in there. So that just has helped me have more self-control. And after that, that should be it for my computer work for the day. I got hungry while I was doing some computer work and me and Boy started to prepare some things for dinner. I made some coleslaw. My highlights for that, adding corn and then putting some salt on the vegetables so that it kind of helps the water come out of it, squeezing the water out, but you don't want your coleslaw to be super like soupy. So I enjoyed making that and especially eating that, and I just reheated some chicken, pork, that we had. I actually don't like pork all that much. Also, Boyf made some chicken pate. That was really good. I honestly typically do not like it, but he made it super, ooh, mommy, super flavorful. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was super delicious. Had that with some homemade bread that Boyf also cooked. He likes to cook, which is really nice because then we both cook together and it's more fun when we're both helping each other in the kitchen. That feels nice. Anyway, I actually did not get everything done in my list today. I feel like I should be doing more, but today I kind of had more of a slower day. I'm pretty new to filming my days. It feels like everything kind of takes a little bit longer. It just takes brain space. So I am going to use the remainder of my time. Right now it's 9 p.m. to catch up on my list. Probably what I'm gonna do is save the jobs that I want to apply to. I only really apply to jobs that have been posted like within a few days, like 5 days, 24 hours ideal. But sometimes like that kind of limits the jobs that come up for you. But being an early applicant is obviously the best. And then I was gonna sew today, or at least start planning my sewing project. I actually have this shopping cart. It comes with a bag that is able to detach, and that bag is kind of like disintegrating at the bottom part. So I'm thinking I kind of want to see if I have enough fabric, durable fabric, to make a bag of my own. I wanted to plan that, but I think I'm gonna spend 30 more minutes just like creating a list of the jobs that I want to apply to. Sometimes I get super disappointed with myself because I didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to, and especially during the time where I'm job hunting, I feel like I should be glued to the screen and using every minute of every day to search for a new job, which I've kind of already done and felt burnt out. It's just survival instinct because we need money to live in this society. We are in the rat race and it's hard to get out. A part of me really does feel like I have to fight this survival instinct to kind of like force myself into whatever job that is a slippery slope where you can lose a lot of your self-worth because now you're kind of relying on people liking you, playing into the power dynamic that inherently exists in just the act of looking for a new job. Is like you're begging these companies to hire you, and I feel like sometimes we take on roles that are not necessarily the best for us. I am doing my best to be as intentional as I can during this time and trusting in God, in universe. I think it's really hard to stay in that mindset, especially right now, because so many layoffs are happening everywhere. It's definitely not easy for me to stay in this mindset, but I know and I trust that this is the mindset that I need to be in right now. Some days I am very nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I need to find a job immediately. But I am very lucky that right now I do have a financial net to fall back on, and I am doing my best to make my money last during this time. I have gone through a similar situation where I've been jobless before. I was panicking, trying really hard not to give into survival mode, like desperate mode, just speaking to God and the universe and focusing on the things that I am lucky to have in my life. I was happy even though I did not have a job. So I wasn't like happy jolly all the time, but I was like, okay, like I need to focus on being generally satisfied with my life, that I like myself, that I love myself. And if I can do that while I am searching for a new job, I trust that whatever it is that's coming next, it will be the most aligned thing that will help me grow. Having some sort of freedom in life. I really feel like we kind of live in a matrix where a lot of things are out of our control. There's a lot of corruption, a lot of crazy people out there, and I think most people just want peace. Most people just want to chill, just want to have things be okay. Truly, I think that that can only be created if you actually are strong enough, brave enough to choose peace, to choose joy, to choose love, to choose loving yourself during this time and doing the loving thing for yourself. Even though we want to do work that matters and we want to, like fight the evil and do good in this world, like that is really, really, really important. But you're not going to be happy if you are not filling your cup at the same time, if you are not filling yourself spiritually, a state of satisfaction with our life within the things that we can control. Anyway, that is a really long tangent about my thoughts related to job. So I'm gonna close up shop and do a little bit of cleaning, and that will be the rest of my night until I go to bed. I actually enjoy cleaning and organizing most of the time, unless it's right before bed because I'm exhausted by then, but it still has to get done. My babe usually helps me, but he didn't want to be on camera, so I'm doing this by myself today. I guess he's gonna do the cleaning tomorrow. LOL. Finally, I water my plants. I'll admit I am not the best plant parent because I either don't water them on time or overwater them. I used to have this orchid. I bought the wrong mulch for it. It retained too much water, and for orchids, you need it to be a little drier. Anyway, it got overwatered. It died. This is a good reminder to myself to learn about my plants so that they can be thriving instead of surviving. That is it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day, week, month, year. Toodaloo.